live life in disguise. Cause real recognize I ain't gotta compromise. I keep it concise, the gang tight like ties. On the industry advice, I'm outside with some good fellas and some nice guys trying to live life in disguise. We lit in real life, we don't pay to be verified. We just manifest, lay and grind on the rise. We defy the odds like it's nothing, time after time. God bless this eternal shine, yeah. Eyes on the prize, it's my life sold up. 5:45, had the lights on us. Fries to the side of an ice cola. You know that ride till the tides fall off. You know I'm a D.
Here in the north, the Yaller horn is about to sound and send two teams to battle here at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Couple of teams here who began the year with wins. Let's see who can make it 2-0 as off we go in week 2. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. McCarthy starting off with a throw. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
First and 10. Here's McCarthy. Caught by his back. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second and 8. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Eagles will take over as he records his first interception of our season. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate, in this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
From the pistol, Hurts escapes the pocket. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Puts a little too much into this one. That's too high. Brings up 4th down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
Intercepted. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at the 35.
They're set up at the 35 now. Sending a receiver left. Throwing on 1st, it's McCarthy. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Looking to throw, McCarthy. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Brought down by Jalen Carter.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
That one's out and cut on the right side. He does it. Touchdown, Minnesota. The Vikings parlay the interception into points. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on them. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
One after try good by Riker. And the Vikings will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And it's a nice little chunk here. 6 yards. TJ Tampa there on the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. Taken in by Smith. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down. Hurts. Complete out to the right side. And he's out of bounds after reaching the 40. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. First and 10. Here's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. All right, set now. First and 10. From the red zone now. Has some room to work. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's going to be a return from deep in the end zone. Bouncing football. And the ball skips out of bounds. Lucky for them, no lost fumble there on the kick return.
You know, those defensive guys, they will tell you that the sidelines are best friend, right? A lot of these routes are trying to push the receivers and move the real estate. Well, sometimes the sidelines could be an offensive player's best friend when that ball bounces harmlessly out of bounds.
And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut. Second down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Launches one deep downfield. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Blitz coming here. Hurts. Chase down to his right. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
From the 40 on 2nd down. Buys time, rolling right. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Complete beyond the marker. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. Easy call for the officials there. He was offsides at the snap, and that's going to cost him. They'll have a new set of downs following that defensive penalty. Free play here. Let's see what he does. That's completed right side. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Running it after the penalty. Has some space inside the 15. And he's all the way down to the 6-yard line. That's the end of one. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. They're going to run with Barkley. Runs it in for the Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Eagles break that tie and now lead by 7.
Vikings 7.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back gets the handoff. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Motioning one of the tight ends. From the 34. Hits his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm, and a nice little gain on top of it.
Coverman is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the 1st half. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Trying to push this past the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. From the shotgun, McCarthy. Has a man, Justin Jefferson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They're now set for 1st and 10. Here's McCarthy to throw. He's on the move. Catch is made in close. And that's a Minnesota touchdown. It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of... Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw. And this is a huge loss on the play. Things trim back down to a single point, Brock, as they send this off and away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Forced out to his right. Throwing deep down the... That's complete inside the 35. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. First down, a run with Barkley. Space to the left. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
When you call that first down running play, you don't always expect to get those kind of yards. But they'll take that every single time.
Going to the ground again on first. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs, against the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Offense in the hurry up here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead to 7. Saquon Barkley the touchdown. Extra point from Aubrey is up and good. And the Eagles grow their lead to 8. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for first down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Zach Bond with the tackle. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, McCarthy. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the price for moving the chains that time. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's McCarthy, 1st and 10. On the move, headed right. He's running with it. And he's able to cross midfield before going out.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Throwing on third, McCarthy. He has the first over the middle. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
First and 10, here's McCarthy. Escapes out to the left. Oh, the football's loose. And the Eagles get to it. And they stop him before he gets much on the return.
You know, this just can't happen on first down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is at a premium on every down, every distance. But on first down, it is especially a killer.
Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Drew Sanders that time on the stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
From the pistol, Hurts. That one's complete, right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A play fake, now Hurts to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And he'll get this through the midfield stripe and starts pushing into Vikings territory. Philadelphia going to spend its second timeout. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Hurts throwing again. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They go to punt on 4th down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. He was only needed twice in last week's win, and he gets this one away. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. It's a 61-yard punt that time. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. Throwing on first, it's McCarthy. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. This one intended for the running back. And it sets up 2nd down. On play action now, McCarthy. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
That's caught for the first. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Looking to throw. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. No luck finding his receiver that time, so it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. On the return, here's Hines. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down.
Oh, there's no question about it, Kate. That just infuses everybody. A little more bounce into your step now, both in and out of the huddle. And you want to pay off your special teams that sets you up for success.
First and 10. Here's Hurts. He's got a man left. They rip up a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow the lead coming out of halftime. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. Oh, it's a fake. Looks like they're going to throw. Brody near the 10. And he's into the end zone, and that shows what kind of game they've been having. Even that works for them, and it adds an extra 2 to their lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Choosing to bring it out deep in the end zone. Declines the touchback, Brock, and they make him pay in a big way. He's tackled before he can get to the 20. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. As that'll leave him with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And it's a minimal gain here. Only gets him to about the 14. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They give it to him again. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Offense up to the line fast. Motioning the tight end now. McCarthy throwing on 3rd down. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Finds him over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
1st and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Back to the air, McCarthy escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
From the shotgun, McCarthy. Completed to his running back. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down. Back to throw. Here's McCarthy. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Oh, nearly reeled that in. As close as you can get. But just an exciting incompletion.
Kate, you could hear the roar of the crowd celebrating a touchdown, but not so fast. Catch looked good. You got to get both feet down as well.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Man in motion here. McCarthy trying again on second down. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Space, left sideline, and he's off to the races. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick six. For the point after, here's Aubrey. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Eagles stretch the lead to 23. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Trying again after the pick. McCarthy. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. Oh no, they get him yet again. Cooper to Jean in to pick it off. And the Eagles are going to have it after his second interception of the season.
4 picks, 1 game. Yeah, I get it. They've not all been his fault, but it isn't any easier to stomach. For the sake of his mental game, I think it's about time to limit things to short, easy passes or simply take him off this field altogether.
Straight ahead, here's Barkley. Escapes a defender. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They go to Barkley again. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
You know what I like about a 2nd and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play-action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
He just made a difficult throw to the outside look elementary, Kate, and that's not easy. The placement, excellent. And it helped set his target up to put some more yards on that stat sheet.
Buying some time right. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. Second down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown, Kate. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
On 3rd down, it's Hurts. And he makes the catch. Did he get both feet in? No! Oh, so close to 6. Incomplete. The former soccer star, Brandon Aubrey, on now to attempt the field goal. It's 44 yards here from the left hash. Gay's kick is good. And that'll make the lead 26 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They'll go play action here. It's McCarthy. Connects on the crosser. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down. They send him left out of the slot. Here's McCarthy, first and 10. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. And it's going to be second down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Second and 10, McCarthy. Oh, brother, it's another interception. And the Eagles, they're going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and happened to be a rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific.
And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again, following the sack. Hall there to haul it in. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. Hurts now from the gun. He'll get this one to Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. New set of downs for him from the 46.
First down, Eagles.
On first down, Hurts. Chased out to his right. Down the run right, throwing deep. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. They get 35 out of that one. And that's good for an Eagles first down. complete, but I do see some laundry on the field. Let's see what this flag is all about. So they'll decline this and take the result. All right, here we go. Second down. Hurts throwing again. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles keep running away with this. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Eagles grow their lead yet again.
46, Vikings 13.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Hits his running back. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Operating from the gun, it's McCarthy. And they pick him off again! Keely Ringo picks it off. And forget the interception, he makes this a pick-6 touchdown. For the point after, here's Aubrey. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles continue piling on to this lead. A quick chance at redemption after that pick-6 as it's sent away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to the air following the pick-6. He's going deep. Oh no, they get him yet again. Keely.
Now I'm gonna give y'all another hit.
And I just put my drink down.
Milan, darling, Milan.
To the say poodle, y'all think run this. Miss she, her black. Designers say Gucci, Prada print. DOE, I'm kinda rich. Big Dolce, Diva, Donda, the Tokyo, Honda drip. Poppin' Dolce season, new persona, new pushback, but I'm still gon' get that. Labels quaking, they mistaken. I'm that wrist stay frozen, QG. Let's go, I'ma kick. money don't tight me. Crocodile Birkin might bite him. Can't hang with her if I don't like it. These in these, I come through and it be crickets. I come through and moves be switching. I'm the problem, I'm the villain. I don't see these rickshaws throwing dirt on my name and he gon' hit still. Know who to play with, and he's know who to play with.